Okay, so anybody that knows Brody knows that he has a super attachment to his Binky. And we've been trying to figure out ways to get him to give it up. And I told him earlier this week that if he could, he's down to his very last one. And he likes to chew on them. And I told him when this one was all done.
And then we're going to get the transforming blade.
Hold on, bud. So I told him when this one was done, we were going to be done with him. We're not going to buy anymore. He's just going to have to be okay without a Binky. And I told him that he could get something special when he does good without it for a few nights. So, the last few nights he has been wanting to give up his Binky because he wants this something special. And he wanted to know what the something special was. And I said, you can pick whatever you want it to be. So, we are getting ready to go drop off his Binky to the babies. And I told him that if he does that good tonight and he doesn't whine and cry about it, we can go get a shake. And
get that transforming blade.
So what are we going to do right now?
I'm going to drop my Binky off.
For the babies?
Baby.
And then we're going to go get a shake?
Then we have to go get the transforming blade.
We're going to get a shake tonight, right?
Yeah.
And then if you do good for 2 days,
you get that transforming blade.
You can get a transforming blaze, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be okay without your Binky?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to cry?
Mm-mm.
No? You're ready to not have your Binky anymore?
Mm-mm.
Huh?
Mm-mm.
Are you ready to not have it anymore?
Mm-mm.
You're not ready?
No.
Then why are we doing this? You want to go give up your Binky?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it anymore?
Mm-mm.
No? You're going to be okay without it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, we're going to go see if he will do okay without it. We'll see. Well, I'll show you in a few minutes when we're going to go drop it off at the doctor's office door. We'll see how he does. I don't know. But I will show us dropping it off in just a few minutes when we get there. Alright, are you sure this is what you want to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to leave it for the babies?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to leave it by the door. Oh, you okay? Leave it by the door. Okay, say bye-bye, Binky.
Bye-bye, Binky.
Are you going to be good? You okay? Okay, go back to the car. Go back to the car. You don't want to give it up? We don't get shakes if you don't leave the Binky. Are you going to leave it? Are you sure? You're going to be okay? Go back to the car. I knew that's exactly what he was going to do when we put it here. I'm going to take it back home. I'm not planning on giving it back to him, but we'll see. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll see how this goes. Are you okay, buddy? Are you going to be okay without it? And leave it for the babies? The babies need it more than Brody, huh? Yeah? Okay. You okay? Okay. Let's go get a shake.
Okay.
Okay, good job, buddy. You're a big boy, huh? We don't need Binkies, right? Yeah. Let's go get a shake. No more Binkies for Brody. Alright, well, we did it. He got his shake and he was happy about that. And now we just got to see how he's going to do without it for the next few days. And then he said, well, I just told Mike that what we did and everything. And he said that there was some Hot Wheels track that he's been telling him that he wanted. But Brody is saying he wants some transforming blaze thing. I don't know. Like, we don't have enough toys. But there's a million things that he could do, and he wants a toy for a prize. So, whatever. So, we will see how bedtime goes tonight. And I don't know. We'll see how this whole no more Binky process goes. As you see, he already wants it back, but we are not going to give it back to him. We're just going to have to fight through this and see how it goes, and it's probably going to suck the next few days, but that's what we got to do. He will eventually be okay without it. So that is it for tonight. Okay, so it has been just over 1 week since we did the goodbye to Brody's Binky, which was a week yesterday, and he has actually done really, really good without it, and I'm super surprised because I thought it was going to be a much harder process for us to go through than it was. So the first night he was kind of, I mean, as you'll see in like the clips towards the beginning of this video, he was kind of hesitant about leaving it at the doctor's office. Like, he still kind of wanted it. But once I reminded him that we weren't going to get our milkshakes if he didn't leave it, then he was okay with leaving it there. And then we went and got our milkshakes. We went home, and then when it was time to go to bed, he was not very happy that he didn't have his Binky. It was probably about a 45-minute time of crying and wanting his Binky and all of that, but he did eventually fall asleep, and he slept really good. So that was actually a better than I thought it was going to be too. Like, I thought it was going to be like 2 hours of trying to get him to go to sleep, but it was seriously only like 45 minutes. And then the next day, there's a couple of times that he asked for it. He was always kind of used to having it when we were in the car and stuff, so he wanted it when we got into the car, and I had to remind him again that we don't have it anymore. It was at the doctor's office, and he kind of cried about it for a minute, but then he was fine. And then that night when we went to bed, it was probably only about 15 minutes that time of him crying about it, and then he fell asleep. And I think ever since that, he hasn't really asked about it again. I kind of, excuse me, I kind of want to ask him what he thinks about it, but I don't, like, want to bring that back up in his mind, like, oh man, I don't have my Binky. So, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I should ask him or not. I don't know. Because if I do, I want to put it in this video so I can be like, hey guys, do you want me to see what he thinks about it? And I guess I could, and, like, put it up on Instagram or something, like his feelings on it, but I don't know. I think he's been doing really good, and I think he goes to bed a whole lot easier now without it, because he was just, oh my goodness, he was driving me crazy with the sucking on that Binky thing. And it's so weird because I don't understand what the sucking on it was doing, because I mean, I understand when they're babies the sucking on it is kind of like a bottle or whatever, but I guess I don't get it when he's 3.5 and still sucking on it. I don't know. I know it's just a comfort thing, but he is even more attached to his bears now, which is completely fine with me. Like, I don't even care. So yeah, I think he is doing really, really good with it. So if you need an idea of what to do to get your kid to stop using their Binky, I mean, just ask them if they want to take it to their doctor and give it to the babies. And like I said, I didn't actually, since it was so late, I didn't want to just like leave the Binky by the door at the doctor's office, so I did grab it and take it back with us, but he doesn't know that I actually brought it back home with us. It's actually still in the glove box in my car, but I need to throw it away so he doesn't like find it and think he wants it again. But yeah, I think for us that was a really good good way of getting him to let it go. And especially like if your kid is kind of like a giver or wants to help other people or whatever, which he's like that sometimes, not all the time, but he really does like to help and do all that. So I think the suggestion of let's give it to a baby kind of helped him, because he really likes babies too. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions on the whole process or whatever, just let me know. and I'll do my best to answer your questions. I mean, I'm definitely no expert on giving up the Binky. That's why it took so long for me to actually do it, and I really wanted him to be ready to give it up too, because I didn't want it to be like a traumatic experience for him. And I also think it helped that his little sister didn't really ever use Binkies, so the fact that she wasn't still gonna have one kind of helped him be okay with it, because it wasn't like, well, she still has a Binky and I don't, and we're gonna throw a fit about it. So I don't know, I think it was a good way of getting it done, and I'm glad that he was the one that was like, hey, let's go do this, so I didn't have to like pry it out of his hands to go do it. And I know I had been one of those, I personally had been one of those ones that was like, my kid's never going to use a Binky past the age of 2. But it's one of those things that you definitely bite your tongue and take your words back when it comes around to being to you. So, but I did tell him that by the time he turns 4, he had to give it up. So, thankfully, we didn't have to go that far with it. And he's doing really, really good without it now. So I'm happy, and I'm, the big reason was I felt like it was, well, I don't know, but I didn't want it to start affecting his teeth and stuff. And so that was the big reason that I was trying to push finally giving it up, because I didn't want it to mess up his teeth or anything. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, like I said, and I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and leave me a comment, and I will see you guys later. Bye.